Hey, welcome once again to TJ's Fanatico Podcast. So Riggins over there.
Hey there.
And look, I know we were supposed to do number one on the top 10 list that we've been counting down all this time. We were supposed to do that yesterday, but look, I was at a swanky event that was far from home, late at night, that carried into the later hours of night on Sunday, and I just couldn't make it.
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Your social battery
Yeah,
was drained.
Mm-hmm.
It's
exactly. I was just on edge, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just crazy. So we're here today with the number one thing on the top 10 list, and then we'll start another top 10 list maybe tomorrow. It's supposed to be tomorrow. So this has been the top 10 characteristics men like in women. From number 10 to through number 2 was men like for women to be clean, affectionate, appreciative, pretty, moral, loyal, logical, nurturing, and discreet. So that leaves us with number one, the number one characteristic men like in women. Coming up next. All right, here we are with our friend Richard Toccato, and this is a great time to refinance, right, Richard?
It is. The rates are lower than they've been since 2023. So if you need cash out, equity, or refinance, give us a call.
It is a great opportunity to save yourself a lot of money right now. And all you got to do is make one free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719. It's 704-800-4719 or homewithrichard.com. Save yourself some money right now. Homewithrichard.com or 704-800-4719. The Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
All right. The TJ's Fanaticos Podcast, sponsored by Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Anything you need about mortgages and real estate and all that stuff, he's your guy. Go to homewithrichard.com. He could possibly save you a lot of money every month. Homewithrichard.com. All right, here we are. Number one, characteristics men like in women. Now, before, Riggins, you had asked if these were in level of importance, and I said they weren't. They're not, except number one is number one. It's the most important.
Yeah, I'm dying to hear what you think is the most important thing.
Okay. Because, again, we're talking about normal couples. We're not talking about where the guy is just a jerk all the time or he's sorry individual or any of that. Just talking about regular day-to-day couples where you love each other and you're, existing in life as a couple. The number one thing that men like in women when it comes to that as a partner is for them to be respectful. Now, that doesn't mean, because women's ears are tuned into something like that to automatically think that he wants somebody who's just going to be a yes sir person. Yeah, like they always say, a Stepford wife. But it's not. I mean, it's everybody wants to be respected.
Sure.
And with a man, he wants to be respected as not just a man. He's like, you're going to respect me as a man. He wants to be respected as your man. He only cares about what you think of him when it comes down to it. If you said, what is the most important thing of you? Who do you care about most, about what people think of you? He would say, my wife. If he doesn't, then something's wrong. Not kids. You say, I want my kids to be proud of me and see that I'm a good example. That's fine. But a man should care more about what his wife thinks of him than any other person in the world. So when you are a wife that treats him like an idiot and acts like he's a doofus all the time and roll your eyes and make jokes about him when he's leaving the room to your friends, or you're constantly, and I don't mean good-natured kind of things. My wife and I pick at each other all the time, but you're constantly complaining about him, about being so stupid. If I didn't do this, it would never get done, and you're just da-da-da-da-da. Because if you treat a man like a child, he'll act like a child. So respect him as not just an equal to you, but respect him, show him respect as your man. You're proud of him, you know?
Yeah.
Because how many couples have you been around, Riggins? It's like, oh my gosh, she talks to him like crap all the time.
Yeah.
Now I get it. There are different rules. Women can say things to their husbands in a tone and in a way that he wouldn't be able to get away with saying to her in the same manner.
Sure.
I get that. Because men are just genuinely nicer than women.
You're doing so good.
I'm just kidding. But a man never feels better. He doesn't get a better feeling than when he knows that his wife is proud of him. And part of that comes from having a respect for him. You know, calling him names and, you know, ugh. So I'll handle it. Just being, you know, and that's even different than being a nag. You can be a nag that just gripes all the time, and he still thinks that you respect him at certain times. But there are times when you just stop and think how you would feel if he talked to you and about you the same way. If you're always talking down about him.
Yeah.
And if you say, well, he does, well, then y'all got bigger problems. Y'all shouldn't be doing that. The Lord don't like it.
The Lord does not. That's really interesting. That's a good one.
Yeah. So now I don't know what the next top 10 will be.
You got to top this one.
It won't be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing has been...
Here's your top 10 Little Debbie snacks.
That would probably stir up more controversy. I'm telling you.
It
You're
might.
just like, these are the ones, and that's it.
It might. Star Crunch better not make the top 10. That's all I got to say.
You know, I don't like crunch.
No, it's not good.
Or crackle. I'm not a crunch or crackle person. All right, so this has all been meant for you to learn something, ladies.
Yeah, now we learn if they're ready and willing to accept any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they will.
It also comes with denial. You know,
Yeah.
denial is not just a river in Brazil,
Right.
Riggins.
It's so true.
It's like, I do respect my husband. The way I roll my eyes at him all the time shows it's a sign of respect. Now, I'm not saying your husband never makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Not saying that. But, I mean, a little grace would be nice.
Yeah.
To a lot of guys.
He might be a doofus sometimes,
Right.
but aren't we all?
But, I mean, he's only going to be more of a doofus the more you drag him down.
Yeah.
Or run him down, I mean. All right. So there you go. Top 10 characteristics men like in women. Put the lid on it. It's done. New top 10 lists coming up tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye. So not only is our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Company an expert when it comes to mortgage things, he's also an expert when it comes to buying, selling, and doing all things real estate, right?
Absolutely. We had one of your listeners call in. We got her pre-approved for a mortgage. We listed the house she was in. She was ecstatic, and she got into another house. Whether you need to buy, sell, or refinance your house, I'm your guy.
You simply can't beat that. It's like one-stop shopping. It makes life easy. Call them 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.